Welcome back to Cybermorrow, and today I'm going to be asking CHATGPT, what is quantum foam? Now you might ask me why I'm asking that is because the last video we were discussing quantum computing and it talked about quantum foam in the universe, and I've never heard of that concept before, so throw a comment in if you have. And so I just had to find out what quantum foam is, so here we go. Quantum foam is a concept in quantum mechanics that refers to the turbulent, constantly fluctuating sea of virtual particles that exists in the empty space of the vacuum, or the ether, I suppose you could say. It's another name for the ether. According to the theory of quantum electrodynamics, this vacuum is not truly empty, but is instead filled with a never-ending flurry of particles and antiparticles that are constantly being created and destroyed. Is that a bit like dark matter? Not too sure. This activity is known as the vacuum fluctuation and is responsible for the quantum foam. Okay, still not a lot clearer. I don't know if anyone actually understands that. The concept of quantum foam was first proposed by physicist John Wheeler in 1955. Wow, it's quite a long time ago. And it has since become an important part of our understanding of the quantum world. While the concept of quantum foam is still not fully understood, it is thought to play a role in the phenomenon of quantum entanglement as well as the behaviour of black holes. Well, I don't know if you understand that. Anyway, but if you like this question, you like this video, please hit the like button and the bell notification for new videos, and also please subscribe to watch more. Well, so if the quantum foam exists, then is this responsible for phenomenon, oh, didn't spell that right, oh. Sorry about my spelling, of the hive mind which was Uri Geller, wasn't it, that did those experiments back in the 80s. And obviously we talk about manifestation, telekinesis, all of those types of things could be responsible for it. The concept of hive mind is often used to describe a group of individuals who are able to think and act as a single entity, with a level of coordination and cooperation that is beyond what would expect a group of individuals to act independently. This concept is often used in science fiction to describe alien societies or futuristic human societies, but it's not clear if such a phenomenon could exist in the real world. Well, it sort of has been, not proven, but it was demonstrated. The concept of quantum foam, which is a phenomenon that occurs at the quantum level, is not directly related to the concept of hive mind. While it is possible that the particles of quantum mechanics could play a role in the functioning of a hyperconducting hive mind. So, but there have been experiments which have demonstrated that by having an observer observe a thing, this actually changes the outcome, i.e., if a tree falls in the forest, did anyone hear it? And that was like particle physics back in like 1910 or something. They demonstrated that they shot electrons through two holes onto a wall, and it changed if someone was actually observing it, which sort of, here we go, the observer effect, that's what it was. Yes, this is a principle known as the observer effect, which is a fundamental concept in quantum mechanics. Okay, so there you go. The observer effect states that the act of observing a system can affect the behavior or state of that system. In other words, the mere act of observing a system can change the outcome of an experiment or the behavior of the system being observed, which is, I find, fascinating. One of the best known examples of the observer effect is a double slit experiment, which I was just talking about. I can't remember what it was, but they shot protons or electrons, well, protons I suppose it would be. I don't know. I can't remember. Where was it? So double split. So which a beam of particles is passed through two slits and they're detected over a screen behind the slits. Where the particles are not being observed, they behave like a wave and create an interference pattern on the screen. However, when an observer is present to measure the position of the particles as they pass through the slits, the particles behave like individual particles and do not create an interference pattern. This phenomenon is not fully understood. Okay, so that would suggest that we can control or have an effect on the foam. It is not clear if it is possible to directly control or affect the quantum foam, as it is a fundamental aspect of the vacuum and is thought to be present everywhere in the universe. The concept of quantum foam is based on the idea that the vacuum is not empty, but well, you've just said that. While it's not possible to directly control and manipulate the quantum foam, it's possible to study it and learn about it. So is the ether similar to the foam? Ether is a term that has been used in a number of different contexts through history, and its meaning has varied depending on the context. Well, what about with particle physics or quantum mechanics? In some cases, the term ether has been used to describe a hypothetical substance that was believed to fill all of the space, yes, and serve as the medium through which electromagnetic waves, such as light, could travel. The concept of ether was once widely accepted and was used to explain the propagation of light through empty space. However, the concept of ether was later rejected by scientists in favour of the theory of special relativity, which explained the behaviour of light without the need for an ether. But I thought there was an experiment that actually demonstrated the ether, and it was back in a similar time to the double slit experiment. What was the experiment which tried to detect the ether? Because I know that there was, the 19th and 20th century. I know it was early. There were several experiments, and the goal was detecting ether and demonstrating its existence. One of the most famous of these was Michelson-Morley. That was it. Conducted 1887 by American physicists Alfred Michelson and Edward Morley. In this experiment, Michelson and Morley used a device called an interferometer to try to detect the motion of the Earth. Yeah, and actually, I'd really encourage you to have a look at that. It's a fascinating experiment. This result was unexpected and puzzled scientists at the time, and seemed to contradict the accepted understanding of nature and light and existence of the ether. It was later explained by the theory of special relativity, which showed that the concept of the ether was not needed to explain the behaviour of light and other phenomena. The experiment is now considered to be a landmark experiment in the history of physics and has helped to pave the way for the development of the theory of special relativity. Yes, that's pretty important. Anyway, I find ChatGPT quite fascinating because it has access to the huge amount of information, and it can actually have a conversational you can actually have a conversation with it. So don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and also the bell notification for more videos, and thank you for watching.